Good evening and thank you for joining us. This is another edition of Real Talk. Wherever you may be joining us from across the world, we want to say thank you for being a part of Real Talk. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 23 says that there is dignity in labor, and in all labor there is profit, because there is profit in all labor. Now, we started a discussion last month, and the topic is, I want to blow. Of course, we all want to blow, but then there is a right way to blow, and there is a wrong way to blow. We had the first part of this discussion last month with two very interesting persons. And this month again, we are here to have a part 2 of this discussion. My name is Tsado, and to discuss this with me are two interesting individuals. On my left is Mr. Tsado. He is the founder of the Kingdom Mindset Bible game. And I also have with me Mrs. Gift Bright. She's a wife, a mother. She's a serial entrepreneur. She's the CEO of the brand name Glossy and everything that covers Glossy. She's passionate about helping young individuals, young women particularly, grow and become better individuals of themselves and of the society. You're welcome. So, like I asked last month before we started, you want blow?
Why not?
You too, you want blow?
Yes.
All right, we all want to blow. And from what we discussed last month, when we say blow, it means that we want to become influential, we want to become wealthy, we want to become rich. But then we all know as kingdom people that there is a wrong way to go about it. And that's why we see a lot of youths, young people going into ritual killings, going into diabolical things because they want money. They pledge allegiance to some other things because they think God is probably too slow. So I would like to start with you. Ladies first, hope you don't mind. All right, you are a young person. You're a young lady.
Yes.
And you're also married. You are into business. Now, how did you start your business? How and when did you start the brand name Glossy?
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I started my business in 2014. Yes. I started very small. Like, my mother brand is the makeup brand, Glossy. That's the mother brand that bettered all other brands. So in 2014, I went to learn makeup, and then I started the business of makeup in 2014. It has really not been easy, but to God be the glory. We are here today. Yeah.
Okay. You are the founder of the Kingdom Mindset Bible board game.
Yeah.
How did you come about this game?
Well, I will give a bit of little history. I actually started creating games in the year 2008. I started creating games in the year 2008 with a football game. God began to show me different things, but there was more to what he wanted to do, called 90 minutes. He gave me another game called School Bus, what students do in school, but the game was focused on time management, purpose discovery, and so on like that. He gave me another game on HIV, and then another game on politics. Then a vision for this game came in the year 2012. Now, when the idea came, I didn't really know what to do because he gave me the concept, but the design was really not what it's supposed to be. Didn't give me the name, but we started working. Must keep working, revelation began to increase, knowledge began to increase, and then here we are with the game Kingdom Mindset.
Okay. Now, what has kept you outstanding in business?
Okay, I'll say God, because once the hands of God is upon your life and upon your business, you will be outstanding. You don't really have to do so much. The little you do, God is going to bless it. God has been the reason behind my business being outstanding. Yes. And then I deliver quality, and people look for me.
All right. Quality. Okay. Lots of people, this game you just talked about, people seem to, they're just getting to know it, like myself. Now, what kept you pushing all this while? Why didn't you give up? Why didn't you just stop?
One of my best scriptures has always been in Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. There's time and season for everything under heaven. Secondly, one thing that's kept me growing is for everything that must arrive at the place of influence must pass through process, must pass through tests. God must put you into tests to know if you are ready or not. So what has kept me is that there is a time and a season for this to come alive. I didn't just want to bring it alive. As a matter of fact, for 8 years, nobody knew. Many people didn't know it. But for 2 years now, God said it's time. Release it. Let the world get to know about it. So what has kept me going? One, God, and then I understood the mystery of time, and then there is season.
Okay. Now, how does it work?
Okay. Teaching you how to play the game.
Okay, we'll play it towards the end of the program.
Okay. Let me just give a big description about the game. The game has to do with the fruit of the Spirit and then sin. Galatians chapter 5. Sin. So the game tried to address those things that take us far away from God and what makes us believers. Because when you say this is a Christian, what you should look for is the fruit of the Spirit. So the game has to do with has cards, a sin card that's come from each book of the Bible. This from the 66th book of the Bible. There's something God is saying against sin. And also there's a love card where it talks about the promises of God. And then there's a card called mercy. And then we have the player icons. We have the pastor, we have the deacon, we have the chorister, we have the parishioner. And then you use dice to play the game.
Okay, it seems very interesting already. Yeah. So when you started your business, was there pressure from competitors? Maybe there were bigger names at that time. There will always be big names, whatever industry you find yourself. Now, were you under pressure you want to be big like them, and then you pledge allegiance to something else, find another way? Maybe God was looking too slow. Say, let me have my own doings. And then you go another way. Or in your personal life as a young lady, was there pressure from anywhere to blow?
Okay, let me start with business. Like you said, in every business there must be pressure, there must be big names. When I started really small. Let me just say, I looked down on myself. There were big names then, and I was seeing them so big, like as if I will never get to their stage in life. Yes, there were pressures, but not in any, for my business, not in a bad form, maybe to indulge in anything diabolical or anything, but nothing like that for my business.
You're not under pressure to go that way.
For my business,
Yes.
no, but for my personal life, yes, yes. For my personal life, while I was in school, you know now, you see other girls, your fellow girls, some of them will be living big lives. In my compound then, I had one girl that she was a very big girl. She was really comfortable in school, had TV, everything, and we were just hustling, looking for her to eat. And she would just be there, generator will be on every time. She was really chilling then. And then I asked her, how far now? Where do you used to get? Because she was not doing any business. She was just getting her cool cash. It's not like her parents were so rich. And then she was like, this is what I used to do. Every weekend I used to go to Abuja. There's this woman that used to hook us up to some men like that. And then just one night, 20,000, 30,000. Like, is that easy? Just one night. I went. I was like 20,000. That one, the money was so big for me then. I was like 30,000. I thought about it. We are all human beings. I thought about it. But then I said to myself, I will not want to go this way because of that amount and then now miss the right path. You understand? So I told myself, like, I will work hard for my money. I will not do anything that is against God to get money that will just finish in how many days. When you sin against God, sin against yourself. You understand? So I spoke to myself that I will not do this. There were pressures, yes, my personal life, but I was determined. I knew what I wanted, and I stayed focused. To God be the glory. We are here today.
To God be the glory, really. Thank God we're not pressured to go that way. Okay, let's talk about pressure too. Has anyone offered to buy your game? Like, let's buy it from you. Have you had such offers or suggestions to sell it?
Yeah. A lot of suggestions, a lot of ideas, a lot of advice. I remember somebody offered to take up this. I will be collecting 20%. He will take 80%. I've also had pressures. Go and meet one politician and the rest like that. I've had people who bring the cash on table and we'll give you 100 million, will you?
So why did you say no? Why didn't you take it?
Because what you will get in future is bigger than what they are offering
at the present.
Yes. I can share with you how Mark Zuckerberg, back when he came up with Facebook, we had MySpace wanted to buy about $70 million. But today, imagine how much this Facebook is worth. So there's more ahead. Scripture has also told us that the glory ahead of us is not worthy to be compared to this present time. So there's more.
Okay,
and
so
then another thing
future.
is, for me, it's more of a ministry. It's an assignment. These people will buy it and go and do just business. For me, it's for winning souls, and this is more important to me.
Okay, so you were looking at the future and not the present gain.
Yes.
And then it's a ministry for you. Now, you work and you get paid. Now, did you consider, or have you been tempted to also, God is too slow. Let's take another route. Have you considered that? Have you been tempted? Have you been offered, those ways?
Okay. Do have seen opportunities, but for me, right from while I was a child, I knew anything that the world cannot give is a mirage and it will kill. I remember somebody was saying, I'm going to offer a job with NCC, Nigerian Communication Commission, but you will pay this amount of money. And quickly, inside my spirit, I told God, we are the one that will end corruption in this country. So I cannot. I've also seen people say, come and pay this for that.
Have you been tempted or gotten offer like a friend says, guy, it's getting tough. I know somebody somewhere.
No, I don't even mingle with people like that. Talk much of, say they are influencing me. Every other person I move around with are people who think extra, who want to make the society better, who want to contribute to the development of our nation and the world at large.
Okay. So you refuse to bow
No.
to any other God?
Not at all.
All right. It seems like there is a lot of misplaced priorities amongst youths. And that's why money is the first thing people have in mind. Youths, like it's all about money. And you can take any desperate step to just get it. They don't mind killing their mother. They don't mind burning their girlfriends. They don't mind just doing anything to get money. Now, what are those things that youths, we need to get straight? We need to get first. What should be our priorities? Should it be, let me just chase money, let me just make the money anyhow?
Okay. Let me focus on girls now. I think young people should not focus on the now. They should focus on the future. When they do all these things, they have aftermath. All this quick money, they have aftermath. It will never last long. You understand? It will never last long. Focus on the future. Focus on what is ahead of you. All the things they are trying to get in through bad means, they are going to just end up like that. But when they when they set their goals and make their paths right with God, and focus on the future, they will discover that everything will work out well. You understand? So they should focus on the future, set goals for themselves, avoid distraction, avoid people that we want to make you think like me. I don't, like he said, that he doesn't mingle with people like me too. The type of people I mingle with, like for now, but the type of people I mingle with are not people that will come and tell me anything and I'll just buy the idea. You understand? Know what you want and go for it. Set goals for yourself. Focus on the future. Focus on what is ahead for you. Dream big. Set goals for yourself and work towards it. And everything will be fine with God.
Okay, same question. What are those things that we need to get right?
I think first, everything is summed up in God. Two, purpose. When purpose is discovered, then everything will set right. Because on the path of purpose, you find the realities, what you need to do, what you don't need to do. There are things you bring my way today. It doesn't make sense because purpose has been found. And if purpose is not found, then we will go nowhere. Though every way will become the way. Every channel will become the channel. So the key thing first for me is God, find purpose, and then do things right. Try to become the best at all times and in all seasons. Again, prioritize people, contribution to people. Why am I doing this? Is for people, not for self. So if you put that into consideration, then nothing will take you to begin to think of the negative, but rather you want to always do right.
Okay, talking about the quest for fame, human pride and arrogance. Does it play any role in this unhealthy test for fame?
Yes, young people now don't want to swallow their pride and learn any skill. They don't want to work under anybody. They just want to be their own boss. You understand? They don't want, but it's a process. You have to pass through some processes. You understand? For example, I went to learn something, and I am still learning. Some people, they are so proud, and they do not want to learn from anybody. They don't want anybody to command them. They don't want to serve anybody. They just want to have their own money.
And it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that for me. It doesn't work like that. You have to learn. You have to learn from some people. Like me, I can learn from anybody. I don't care the age, or I don't care. I can learn from anybody. You understand? So young people these days, they don't want to swallow their pride. They don't want to calm down. They just want to have their own money and be rich. So I think it's also a part of it.
So we are supposed to, we are not supposed to just launch out. There's a place where you serve.
Yes.
There's a place to wait. There's a place to do personal development. There's a place to grow yourself in that line that you have chosen, that business or skill, before you launch out. But everyone wants to be CEO at once.
Everybody wants to be their own boss.
Okay.
You have to learn. Yeah.
All right. So how should, or let me still ask you this. There are some things that we need to get right in business. If you want to have a level of influence in that line that you have chosen, as a business person, what are those things that we must get right before you can blow?
Like I said earlier, deliver quality. If you want your business to be outstanding, make sure you deliver quality. People will look for you. Make sure you deliver quality. And then be consistent in your business. Don't do today and stop and then continue next month. People will not trust you. People will not trust your brand. Be consistent in your business. Never stop learning. Never stop upgrading yourself. Don't feel the one that you have learned, that is all. You will not learn. Keep learning. Learning is continuous. Follow the trend. Learn. That's for your business. Learn. Keep learning. Keep upgrading yourself. And then social media. Social media too is very powerful. Use social media. You can use social media to reach out to a lot of people and then expand your business.
Okay. As Christians, how should we blow? She just talked about the business aspect. In other aspects, how should we blow?
Okay. First, like I've said before, God. Find God. Everything you are looking for is inside God. True, there are pattern men, women, through scripture. Abraham was never a poor man. Isaac was never. Jacob was never. Even Jesus, Paul. These guys had something they were doing. So find purpose, find God in purpose, then develop the capacity inside of you. Everybody have potential. There are seeds inside of us that when we plant, through what we have, it grows. It grows. So find that thing you love to do. It may think it's small. When I started, some people think, the game, there's nothing special about it. But today, those people are still writing things about me. So there's a way. One, God, purpose. Then every other thing we follow. If you find purpose, believe me, the rest is story. Yes.
So do you have this game? Do people come to buy it, or how will people have access to it?
Okay. Basically, the reason why I've not started selling this game is money. To make a production of 100 of this game will cost about 2.5 million. Yes, you could see, because if I'm to do what I'm supposed, these icons they are wood, but there's a new technology called 3D printing machine or 4D printing machine. So if I'm to make just the set, like what's on my table, is about 4,000 naira. So I'm not talking about the cards, There are better facilities and better material that should be used for this, better packaging and the rest like that. So what has in that is trusting on God for God to open doors and then make it available.
Okay, tell us about your YouTube channel.
Okay, my YouTube channel is about my games, where we show the video of virtually every event. Like in May, I had a conference about the game where people came, they played the game, and a lot of testimonies came forth. So it's all about just the game, and the name of the YouTube is my name. Yes.
Right.
And also I have a Facebook page, Kingdom Mindset is the name of the page. So you can follow, you see a lot of pictures, a lot of things, how far and how the massive things God is doing through this game.
Okay, from what both of you have said, we should not be pressured to bow to anything else. It should be only Jesus Christ. And then we should have a relationship with Him, find purpose, walk in it, and you will blow in whatsoever you find, whatsoever skill or your hands find to do. All right, you are going to show us how this game works, so that we'll play it for a few minutes, and I hope I will not lose.
The goal is not for you to lose. The goal is heaven.
Okay.
Yes.
How does it work?
Okay. On the board we have different, it's about fruit of the Spirit and sin, like I've said before from Galatians chapter 5. And the game has 3 different cards. Like I was saying before, we have the love cards, 66 of them from each book of the Bible. And the cards are scriptures and with instructions. So for example, maybe I should just read. I should.
Yes.
Okay. Romans 8 verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose. Advance one step. Okay. This is a sin card. What God is saying against sin is just similar to the love card. There are instructions too, and then there is a mercy card that tells us what to do. Now, on the board you find different fruit of the Spirit: faith, goodness, joy, love, kindness, meekness, and so on like that. Now, when you fall on that, it leads you to love, because every fruit of the Spirit is connected to love. Then we have sins, pride, sedition, drunkenness, adultery, hatred, fornication, and so on. Each of those sins get connected to sin. And then, when you fall on anything that's with the fruit of the Spirit, it moves you forward. These are messages that I've been trying to preach on pulpit, and people are not getting it. When you fall on sin, it takes you backward. Okay? Now, we have sins like heresy. When you fall on heresy, you start again. You start the game at salvation. Start, yes. Meaning you have accepted Jesus as your Savior and your Lord. And you roll 1 to start the game. Okay, wait. Now, there are 4 player icons. This is a pastor. This is a parishioner, a member of the church. This is a chorister using guitar to describe. And this is a deacon using the hand to describe. So you find that this is a church.
Okay, this is a whole church.
Yes, in fact, this is a church.
Okay.
It's a church. So, when you fall on love, for example, you pick the love card, you read. It helps us to memorize scriptures and to know scriptures.
Okay.
Sin, you do the same. Mercy. And on the board, we have things like retreat for prayer, Bible study, and so on like that. Okay?
So,
yes.
So I'm to roll this?
Yes, you roll 1 to start the game.
Okay.
Yes. The revelation behind it is that we are babes and we grow on to maturity. Nobody just come to kingdom and is now perfect. No. 5.
That's 5. Let me roll again.
Let's not waste time. Let's
Okay,
assume.
let's assume this is 1.
Yes. So, and you can use any of the play icons to start.
Okay.
So with 1, you bring it out.
This is me here
Yes, this is you. This is your deacon.
Okay.
Now, when deacon falls on covetous and jealousy, that player will lose 3 turns. Because look at what happened to Gehazi. We understand that story. So this thing, the pastor is the one preaching. Jealousy, me too, I can preach. I can also do this thing. But God has called the pastor, you are just an helper. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So I should play again?
Yes, play again. You like 1.
1.
So now, this is 1.
Okay.
Yes.
I should play again?
Yes, play again. What's that? 3.
This is 3.
Yes. So I count.
What about her? When is she?
After you have gotten 1, she comes in.
Okay, you come in.
Yes. 6.
6. Let's assume it's 1.
Yes.
So we don't waste
Yes.
time.
No. She'll come here. All of us are starting. When they call for altar call,
Okay.
all of us go to the same place.
Okay.
Yes.
So you roll again.
4. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is covetous. So you pick the sin card and you read. Yes.
Okay, 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communication hath light with darkness?
What is the action?
Move 1 step backward.
Okay. Now you see things like G1, G12, G11. So you move to G. What is G11 still in malice? Check.
Wow. Okay, sorry.
Mercy.
Mercy land. Locate box 29.
Bucket box 29. 29.
This is 29.
Idolatry.
And it goes back. Now, this is just to tell us that sometimes, yes, God will forgive you, but still deal with you. You confess, yes, I've forgiven you, but we'll still deal with you. This is just a mystery and like that. Also, that sometimes God forgives somebody and they just keep revolving around sin. They ask for mercy, they go back like that. This is just what the description of the whole.
All right. Thank you so much. This is a very interesting game. And now, before we go, I want you to tell us about, you talked about your makeup being the first you started. Now, can you tell us about other things you do?
Okay, aside makeup, we have a photography studio, Glossy Studios. We have a spa located in Shiroro Road, opposite Golden Penny Building. Our makeup studio, Glossy's Empire, is beside the STV office, Tunga. There we have, we do makeup, bridal makeup, casual makeup. We have a photo studio. We train students. We have a makeup academy, and then we do a lot of things. You can follow us on Instagram. Everything Glossy, everything _Glossy. Yeah, and then you see other sub accounts there.
Are you also on Facebook?
No, I'm not on Facebook.
Okay, so only Instagram.
Yes.
You do
I'm on
makeups.
Facebook, my personal Facebook page.
Okay.
Gift Whyte, right.
Okay. It's been wonderful having both of you join us this evening. Thank you all for sharing with us your stories and encouraging other youths like yourself to do better, to start something and not look at the trend amongst youths, on social media, doing all manner of crazy things just to get money. But we can actually get it right when we stay with God. Thank you so much for coming. Well, this is where we draw the curtain for the day. Thank you so much for staying with us. Real Talk will come your way again, third Monday of next month. God bless you.